recognizing the power of habits is the first step to transforming your life, because habits are the invisible engines driving your actions, decisions, and ultimately your outcomes. Every day you engage in hundreds of small, repeated behaviors without even thinking about them. These behaviors, whether intentional or automatic, compound over time to create the results you experience in your health, career, relationships, and personal growth. Habits operate like the foundation of a building. Strong habit creates stability and growth, while poor habits create cracks that can eventually cause the structure to collapse. The beauty and challenge of habits lie in their autopilot nature. Once a habit is formed, it requires little conscious effort to maintain. Think about brushing your teeth every morning or driving to work along the same route. You don't need to debate or deliberate over these actions, you just do them. This automaticity is a double-edged sword. On one side, good habits become effortless routines that propel you toward your goals. On the other, bad habits can sneak into your life silently, undermining your progress and keeping you stuck. To fully grasp the power of habits, you must understand their compounding effect. Habits may seem small and insignificant in the moment, but their cumulative impact over time is immense. Consider the difference between reading 10 pages of a book daily versus rolling through social media for the same amount of time in a single day. The choice might not seem consequential, but over the course of a year, one habit results in finishing dozens of books, while the other adds no tangible value to your life. This is the power of habits. They are the small hinges that swing big doors. Another key aspect of habits is their influence on your identity. The habits you repeatedly perform shape the way you see yourself in the world. If you consistently show up to the gym, you begin to see yourself as someone who is disciplined and committed to fitness. If you habitually procrastinate, you reinforce the belief that you're disorganized or unmotivated. Your habits don't just reflect your identity, they actively create it by changing your habits. You can rewrite the story you tell yourself about who you are and what you're capable of achieving. Habits also act as shortcuts for your brain, conserving energy by automating repetitive actions. This efficiency is crucial for managing the complexity of daily life. But it also means that once a habit is established, it can be difficult to break. The neural pathways in your brain associated with habitual behaviors become stronger with repetition, much like a well-worn trail in a forest. The more you use the trail, the easier it is to follow. This is why habits can feel so hard to change. They are deeply ingrained, but not immovable. By understanding the power of this process, you can intentionally create new positive habits that override the old unproductive ones. Recognizing the power of habits also involves acknowledging the role of your environment. Habits don't exist in a vacuum. They are influenced by your surroundings, routines, and the people you interact with. For instance, a cluttered workspace can reinforce procrastination, while a tidy, organized environment can encourage focus and productivity. Similarly, spending time with people who prioritize health and personal growth can inspire you to adopt similar behaviors, whereas associating with those who engage in unhealthy habits may pull you in the opposite direction. By becoming aware of how your environment shapes your habits, you can design it to support the changes you want to make. Moreover, the power of habits lies in their ability to free up mental energy for higher level thinking and decision making. When beneficial habits become automatic, you no longer need to expend willpower, mental effort to perform them. This creates space for you to focus on more complex tasks and challenges. For example, when healthy eating becomes a habit, you don't waste time debating what to have for lunch. You automatically choose nutritious options. This efficiency not only boosts productivity, but also reduces the cognitive load of daily decision making, allowing you to channel your energy toward your larger goals. To harness the power of habits, it's important to recognize their cues, routines, and rewards. Every habit follows this cycle. Cue triggers the behavior itself becomes the routine, and the outcome provides the reward. For example, the habit of drinking coffee in the morning might start with the cue of waking up, followed by the routine of brewing and drinking the coffee, and ending with the reward of feeling alert and energized. By identifying the components of your habits, you gain the ability to reshape them. You can replace unhealthy routines with positive ones by maintaining the same cues and rewards, but changing the behavior in between. Finally, the power of habits lies in their ability to build momentum. Positive habits often lead to a domino effect where one good behavior triggers another. For instance, developing the habit of exercising regular might inspire you to eat healthier, sleep better, and manage stress more effectively. This ripple effect creates a cascade of benefits that amplify the impact of your efforts. Habits are not isolated. They are interconnected, and by strengthening one area of your life, you create a foundation for improvement in others. Starting with small wins is one of the most effective ways to create lasting change because it builds momentum, reinforces confidence, and sets the stage for bigger your accomplishments. When people think about self-improvement or achieving their goals, they often aim for dramatic overhauls or ambitious milestones, while the desire for significant change is commendable. The truth is that major transformations rarely happen all at once. Instead, they are the result of countless small, deliberate actions that accumulate over time. By focusing on small wins, you establish a foundation of success that can sustain larger efforts in the future. Small wins are achievable, manageable, and immediate. They don't require monumental effort or extraordinary circumstances, but they carry an outsized impact on your mindset and motivation. When you accomplish a small goal, no matter how minor it may seem, it sends a powerful message to your brain. I can do this. This sense of achievement creates a positive feedback loop, encouraging you to take the next step and the one after that. It's like rolling snowball down a hill. Each small win adds momentum, and before you know it, you're making significant progress. One of the key reasons small wins are so effective is that they lower the barrier to action. Often the hardest part of starting any new habit or pursuing a goal is overcoming inertia. The bigger the goal, the more intimidating it feels, and the easier it is to procrastinate. Small wins, on the other hand, break the process into bite-sized, manageable tasks that feel less overwhelming. Instead of focusing on running a marathon, you start with a 10-minute jog. Instead of writing an entire book, you commit to a single paragraph. These smaller, achievable steps make it easier to begin, and beginning is half the battle. Another critical benefit of small wins is how they build confidence. Each time you achieve a small goal, you prove to yourself that you are capable of following through. This confidence is crucial for overcoming self-doubt and building the resilience needed for long-term success. Many people struggle with the belief that they're not good enough or disciplined enough to change small wins. Challenge this belief by providing tangible evidence of your ability to make progress over time. These small victories accumulate into a strong sense of self-efficacy, the belief that you can succeed no matter the challenge. Small wins also help you establish consistency, which is the cornerstone of any last habit. When you start small, you're more likely to stick with the habit because it doesn't feel like a massive disruption to your routine. For example, committing to 5 minutes of meditation each morning is much more sustainable than trying to meditate for an hour right away once the smaller habit becomes ingrained. You can gradually build on it, increasing the time or effort as your confidence and ability grow. This approach minimizes burnout and ensures that your progress is steady and sustainable. Additionally, small wins provide immediate rewards, which are essential for keeping you motivated. Human brains are wired to seek gratification, and long-term goals often lack the instant payoff that keeps us engaged. Small wins bridge this gap by offering a sense of accomplishment in the short term. For instance, crossing a small task off your to-do list or completing a short workout gives you a dopamine boost that reinforces the behavior. These small rewards keep you energized and focused, making it easier to stay on track. Focusing on small wins also teaches you to celebrate progress rather than perfection. Many people abandon their goals because they feel like they're not doing enough or not making progress quickly enough. This all-or-nothing mindset is a recipe for failure. Small wins remind you that every step forward, no matter how small, is valuable. They shift your focus from what you have achieved to what you have. fostering a sense of gratitude and accomplishment. This positive mindset is essential for staying motivated and resilient, especially when the journey gets tough. Another important aspect of starting with small wins is how it helps you build trust with yourself. When you set a goal and follow through, even if it's something as simple as drinking an extra glass of water or making your bed, you demonstrate reliability to yourself. This self-trust is crucial because it lays the groundwork for tackling bigger challenges. If you've repeatedly broken promises to yourself in the past, starting with small wins allows you to rebuild that trust one step at a time. It's about proving to yourself day after day that you are capable of keeping commitments. Small wins also create ripple effects that extend beyond the immediate goal. When you achieve a small success, it often leads to positive changes in other areas of your life. For example, starting a habit of taking a short walk each evening might inspire you to eat healthier or sleep better. These cascading effects amplify the impact of your efforts, showing you that even the smallest actions can have far-reaching consequences. Finally, starting with small wins makes the process of change feel less intimidating and more enjoyable when you focus on smaller, manageable goals. You remove much of the pressure and anxiety that often accompany larger ambitions. This makes it easier to stay engaged and committed even when progress feels slow. Over time, these small wins build a track record of success that fuels your belief in your ability to achieve more. Relying on willpower to make significant changes in your life is like trying to power a city with a single battery. It's unsustainable, unreliable, and bound to fail. Willpower is a limited resource, one that gets depleted as the day goes on. And as you encounter challenges, stress, and fatigue, this is why even the most disciplined individuals find themselves faltering when they rely solely on sheer determination to maintain good habits or overcome bad ones. The key to lasting transformation is a willpower. It's creating systems that make success inevitable. By building systems, you shift the burden away from fleeting motivation and onto structures that consistently guide your actions in the right direction. Systems act as the framework that holds your habits in place, providing clarity, consistency, and simplicity. Think about the areas of your life where you've succeeded effortlessly. More often than not, it's because a system was in place to support you. For example, paying bills on time is easier when you set up automatic payments. Staying hydrated becomes second nature when you keep a water bottle within reach. These systems remove the need for constant decision making and allow you to focus your energy on more meaningful tasks. The beauty of systems is that they are proactive, not reactive. Instead of waiting until you're tempted to binge watch television and then trying to will yourself to turn it off, a system would involve setting a strict end time for screen use, using apps to limit access, or placing your devices in another room. During certain hours, systems anticipate challenges and put safeguards in place, reducing the likelihood of failure. By designing systems, you create an environment that works for you, not against you, making it easier to align your daily actions with your long-term goals. One of the key principles of building systems is automation. Automation removes decision fatigue by taking repetitive choices out of your hands. For example, if you're trying to eat healthier, meal prepping on Sundays ensures you always have nutritious options available during the week, eliminating the temptation to grab fast food. Similarly, if you want to save money, setting up an automatic transfer to your savings account ensures that the habit happens without requiring constant vigilance. Automation turns good intentions into reliable outcomes by minimizing the opportunities for error or distraction. Another critical element of systems is designing your environment to support your goals. Your surroundings have a profound impact on your behavior, often more than you realize. If you want to read more, placing books in visible, accessible spots around your home encourages the habit. If you're trying to reduce sugar intake, removing sweets from your pantry and replacing them with healthier snacks makes the better choice the easier choice. Your environment should be a silent partner in your success, nudging you toward good habits and away from bad ones without requiring conscious effort. Creating systems also involves establishing clear routines and rituals. When you tie a desired habit to a specific time, place, or existing behavior, it becomes easier to follow through. This is known as habit stacking, linking a new habit to something you already do regularly. For instance, if you want to start meditating, you could make it a ritual to meditate right after brushing your teeth in the morning. Over time, the two actions become intertwined, and the new habit feels as automatic as the old one. Routines eliminate the guesswork of when and how to act, providing structure that keeps you on track. Accountability is another powerful component of systems. When you make your goals known to others or involve someone in your journey, you create external pressure to stay consistent. This could mean joining a fitness class, hiring a coach, or sharing your progress with a friend. Accountability systems ensure that even when your motivation wanes, you remain committed because someone else is holding you to your word. The knowledge that others are watching can be a strong motivator, pushing you to follow through even on the days you feel like giving up. Systems are also incredibly effective because they operate on the principle of minimizing resistance. The easier you make it to engage in a positive behavior, the more likely you are to do it. If your goal is to write every day, keeping your notebook and pen on your desk eliminates the friction of having to find them when inspiration strikes. Conversely, increasing resistance to negative habits makes them harder to follow. For example, if you want to cut back on social media, logging out of your accounts or deleting apps from your phone adds extra steps, making it less convenient to indulge in the habit. One of the most important aspects of creating systems is tracking your progress. What gets measured gets managed. By keeping track of your habits and results, you gain valuable insights into what's working and what needs adjustment. This could mean using a journal to log your daily exercise, a budgeting app to monitor your spending, or a calendar to track your time management. Tracking not only keeps you accountable, but also provides a sense of accomplishment as you see tangible evidence of your efforts paying off. Systems also make success feel less dependent on fleeting emotions or circumstances. Willpower often falters when you're tired, stressed, or overwhelmed. But systems remain consistent regardless of how you feel. They provide a stable foundation that allows you to maintain good habits even during difficult times. For instance, if you're committed to exercising 3 times a week, having a preset schedule and gym bag ready to go ensures you're prepared no matter what. Systems remove the element of choice, replacing it with consistency and predictability. Finally, systems allow for scalability. Once the system is in place, it can be refined, expanded, and adapted to accommodate bigger goals or more ambitious habits. For example, starting with a system for walking 10 minutes a day can evolve into a full fitness routine over time. Because systems create a sustainable framework, they grow with you, supporting your progress without becoming a source of stress or burnout. By focusing on creating systems, you lay the groundwork for success that endures through life's inevitable ups and downs. Embracing discomfort is the gateway to growth, the foundation of resilience, and the secret weapon for achieving what most people deem impossible. Discomfort is the signal that you stepped outside your comfort zone, the place where everything feels safe, familiar, and predictable. While this zone offers security, it's also where dreams go to die, where potential remains untapped, and where progress stagnates. To truly rebuild yourself, to evolve into the best version of who you can be, you must not only face discomfort, but learn to welcome it as a necessary companion on your journey. Discomfort is not your enemy, it's a powerful teacher. It forces you to confront the limitations you've placed on yourself, whether they come from fear, doubt, or past failures. Each moment of discomfort reveals something about who you are and what you're capable of enduring. It strips away the illusions of ease and perfection, showing you the raw, unfiltered version of your own strength. Growth doesn't happen in a bubble of convenience. It happens when you push through the pain of doing what's difficult, of challenging the status quo, and of refusing to settle for mediocrity. Think about any meaningful achievement in your life, whether it was learning a new skill, overcoming a personal challenge, or reaching a significant milestone. Chances are discomfort was a part of that journey. You had to struggle, stumble, and stretch yourself in ways that felt uncomfortable and at times impossible. But it was precisely in those moments that you grew, Discomfort forces adaptation. It compels you to become resourceful, to develop resilience, to build the inner strength that transforms obstacles into opportunities. One of the greatest misconceptions about discomfort is that it's a sign to stop or turn back. Many people interpret the unease, fear, or struggle that comes with stepping into new territory as evidence that they're not ready or that they're on the wrong path. But discomfort isn't a stop sign, it's a green light. It's the universe's way of telling you that you're moving in the right direction, that you're on the cusp of something significant. The key is to shift your mindset to see discomfort not as a threat, but as an invitation to grow stronger, smarter, and more capable. Discomfort challenges your habits, routines, and preconceived notions about what's possible. It pushes you to question the limits you set for yourself and to explore what lies beyond them when you embrace discomfort. You unlock the ability to rewire your brain and body to handle stress, uncertainty, and adversity more effectively. The more you expose yourself to discomfort, the more resilient you become. It's like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it grows over time. What once felt unbearable becomes manageable, and what once seemed impossible becomes second nature. The discomfort of failure is perhaps the most valuable of all. Failure is often seen as something to avoid at all costs, but in reality, it's one of the most potent catalysts for growth. Failure teaches you what doesn't work, sharpens your problem-solving skills, and each lesson brings you closer to success. When you embrace the discomfort of failing, you strip it of its power to paralyze you. Instead, you transform it into a stepping stone toward greater achievements. Embracing discomfort also requires letting go of the need for immediate results or gratification. Growth is rarely linear, and progress often feels painfully slow. There will be moments when you question whether your efforts are worth it, when you feel stuck or even like you're moving backward. But it's in these moments of doubt and difficulty that true transformation takes place. Discomfort forces you to practice patience, perseverance, and trust in the process. It reminds you that the most worthwhile accomplishments are the ones that take time, effort, and sacrifice to achieve. The discomfort of uncertainty is another powerful teacher. Life is unpredictable, and no amount of planning can prepare you for every twist and turn. Embracing discomfort means learning to find peace in uncertainty, to trust that you have the inner resources to navigate whatever comes your way. It's about building confidence in your ability to adapt, to think on your feet, and to thrive in chaos. When you stop fearing uncertainty and start embracing it, you unlock a level of freedom and creativity that can't be achieved by clinging to control. Discomfort also serves as a reminder of your humanity. It connects you to the shared experience of struggle that binds us all. Everyone faces moments of doubt, pain, and hardship, and in embracing your own discomfort, you cultivate empathy for others. You begin to see that discomfort is not something to hide from, but a universal part of what it means to grow, to learn, and to live fully. This understanding allows you to approach both yourself and others with compassion, recognizing that growth is a journey, not a destination. Finally, embracing discomfort helps you redefine your relationship with fear. Fear is a natural response to stepping into the unknown, but it doesn't have to control you. When you embrace discomfort, you learn to coexist with fear, to acknowledge it without letting it dictate your actions. Fear becomes a signal, not of danger, but of opportunity. It points you toward the places where you have the most room to grow, the most potential to uncover. By leaning into discomfort and the fear that accompanies it, you reclaim your power and take control of your own narrative. The journey to developing good habits is not about extraordinary willpower or sudden transformations. It's about deliberate choices, consistent effort, and embracing the process of growth. By recognizing the power of habits, starting with small, creating systems that work for you, you build a foundation for lasting change. Embracing discomfort, reclaiming your environment, and transforming challenges into stepping stones allow you to move forward with resilience and purpose. The work is ongoing, but each step brings you closer to the person you are meant to be.